So in life, there may come a time where a situation arises where something so strange and bizarre happens that you simply can't comprehend it. At those moments, you might just stop giving a fuck. These are the pictures I will be dealing with. In a world as unusual as Gensokyo, don't be surprised when these girls faces these random events that they are not amused no more. So without further ado, let's begin the top 10 unamused Touhou pictures. Number 10. Now in this long ass journey we call life, there will come a time where you might be interested in a person for one reason or another. Hell, you might want to start a romantic relationship with said person. While that's all fine and dandy, if you're ever deep into your thoughts because of him/her, it's best not to do it in the manner this next picture showcases. Flandre, while I'm happy and all of that good shit for ya, do you need to contemplate about this while sitting on top of your sister's head? Like, fuck! That can't be good for Remelia's neck. I'll have to give Yarormyr props as she's being a good sister, I would say. I mean, if any of my siblings tried that shit, I would punch them in the face. And my parents wouldn't like that, that's for sure. Number 9. As you may know, Yoshika is a Zhangshi, aka a zombie, and like zombies, they like to eat. A lot. Now for those who have watched zombie movies before, you know they can be scary from their hideous, decomposing body to the way they'll mercilessly chomp you up alive. I've certainly had my good share of nightmares because of them. No matter what, I've never considered them in this sort of manner. Oh shit! No pun intended. I know she's a zombie and all that, and she wouldn't give a rat's ass if she ate you alive. But come on! That's so mean and uncool. I mean, if it gets a zombie to stop chasing you and render them docile, then I guess we should implement this, no matter how cruel it may be. Number 8. When it comes to eating, the main thing you tend to use to contain the food is usually a plate or a bowl. We also have Tupperware and whatnot when it comes to making your food portable. And I love the ability to take my food with me wherever I go. The thing is, out of all the options we have to hold our food, I really don't think this is necessary. Now I love my curry as much as the next person. The thing is though, I'd rather eat it in a fucking plate/bowl. With the way Koishi is looking, we can safely assume she was not the one to dump the curry into her hat. I mean, if she did dump the curry into her hat while looking like that, I would have to question her mental health at that point. I know you don't exactly have a conscious mind, but I highly doubt you would do that if you were unconscious. Correct me if I'm wrong. Number 7. I've talked about Sekibunki a bit in my Interesting Touhou Facts series, but to put it simply, she's a yokai who can detach her head. It has its uses. For one, it can fly, so that's really handy. And with the head not being attached to your body, you can't exactly die from decapitation, which is a nice bonus. But with a list like this, and having a head that can function on its own, you can imagine she'd be in some rather annoying predicaments. This next picture showcases that. Futo, who the fuck are you so excited at that you're willing to throw someone else's bloody head at them? Like, damn! That's at the same level of Yoshika of not cool, bro. Sekibunki looks like she's resigned to her fate of being a bloody dodgeball. Not exactly the way I'd imagine my head to be used, to be honest. Number 6. When it comes to relaxation and whatnot, everyone has their own ways of enjoying their free time. There's the obvious hanging with friends, video games, TV, and YouTube. Which is something you're doing right now, considering you're watching my video! Thanks for doing that, by the way. Anyway, another way to relax is fishing. And I know this because my family loved to do it in the past. I never joined in as they always got up super early to do it. Plus, at the time, I'd rather spend the free time on WoW if I could. Imagine to your surprise when you're fishing and this happens. Well, it's not every day you can say, oh hey, I caught a fucking mermaid today! You can tell that Nidori wasn't expecting a catch like this, that's for sure. And Wakisaka Hime is like, fuck me, this actually happened. I'd say it would be embarrassing if it were to happen to me. Except I can't ever imagine myself in her scenario. At least Nidori will have a good story to tell the other kappas now. Number 5. So Remilia, as you know, is the mistress of the Scarlet Devil Mansion and a vampire. Being a vampire has its perks. They're bloody strong and have crazy ass speed to boost, but they also have tons of weaknesses as to balance them, thankfully. Now this next picture showcases what happens when a vampire is exposed to one of them. You know, when I first learned of the series, plus Remilia and Flandre, I always wondered if this could happen to them if they went outside. I later learned that they're able to go outside so long as they had some shade on them. But now we know what happens to Remilia when some sunlight comes into contact with her. Let's just say the results aren't exactly pleasant. I can't imagine this is what Remilia pictured when she decided to go outside with her umbrella at hand. Try sunblock next time. It might help. Number 4. Futo, oh Futo, why must you be such an asshole? You were a douchebag with Sekibunky's head, and now this one. It's probably best I just show you the picture to illustrate what I'm talking about. Damn, Futo, you really want to piss Tochiko off. I mean, you fucked Tochiko once by destroying her item when she tried to become a Shikaizen. Now you're turning her into a bloody daikon. Not cool, girl. At the very least, this next picture shows you that vengeance has been served. The text Futo was writing is daikon, the shape of which resembles Tochiko's ghost legs. So that explains the first picture. Remember guys, it's one thing to stop your friend's revival, but it's another to turn them into a bloody vegetable. Number 3. In the human village, we know that it has a school, and in that school there are several teachers. One of them would have to be the lovely Kane. Now I'm sure Kane takes her teaching very seriously and wants to educate the kids. But sometimes the lesson doesn't go well for the kids. Let's show you an example of that. Can anyone solve this problem? How about, you're not even a math teacher? I am the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street. Oh shit! Chiruno ain't holding anything back, isn't she? The best part, she's actually correct on that. Kane is a history teacher, and that hasn't changed, although it could in the future if Zune wanted to. Even if your hat says you're a nerd, it doesn't change the fact that you're not a math teacher. Chiruno 1, Kane 0. And I can't believe I'm actually saying that in a positive light. Number 2. As you may be aware, when it comes to our bodies, there are things we can change and things we cannot. When it comes to the changes, we can change the length of our hair or the weight of our body by increasing or decreasing our weight. And then there are things you can't change, like your height or the overall shape of your body. Sometimes people will go to the extreme to change it, and others take a more goofy attempt at it. Oh, Tenchi, I got no words to really describe it. If only I could show you my facepalm. The commentary on it is hilarious. Keystone Cup. I was just looking at what's possible with keystones. Stop that. I agree with Reimu. Stop that. Reimu really doesn't want to deal with your shit, especially since you blasted her home during Scarlet Weather. Just put the rocks down before you embarrass yourself even more. Number 1. In life, I'm sure you've experienced it before, but getting sick fucking sucks. From fevers to runny nose to sore throats and a whole other plethora of shit to worry about. It just makes you feel weaker, slower, and shittier in every aspect. And going to school or work when this happened is not a fun time. Recovering from it is always amazing, and having someone to acknowledge that you've gotten better is always a plus. But sometimes, it's best that they didn't do shit like this person. Yarormyr, while the gesture is nice and all that, I think the reason this person isn't amused by it could be due to the fact that you're the reason she got sick in the first place. Yarormyr, you might want to keep your ability to manipulate illnesses on a check, or at the very least, don't visit them when there's a good chance you infected them, because that will make you look like a really big douche. And we have enough of that in the series. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Which pictures did you not find amusing if you were put in their position? Would you dare put toilet paper on zombies in the future? Are you crazy enough to eat curry off your hat? Or how would you feel if Yarormyr were to visit you, knowing full well it could have been her fault to begin with? If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe, or else I might get sick because of Yarormyr. Either way, this is Magi, and thanks again for watching.